Meanwhile, in other impeachment news, I just have to point out the irony of Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton, who is still wandering the woods of upstate New York, sadly pretending that she is the president of the United States, like Miss Havisham, walking around in her old wedding dress. Right? Hillary Clinton, she was on the TVs yesterday, and she suggested that calling on foreign adversaries for assistance in campaigns goes to the heart of our sovereignty. It threatens our sovereignty. Here is the illustrious non-president Hillary Clinton.
When you have a president calling on foreign adversaries for assistance in his political campaigns, which he did in 2016, and which he is doing again, that goes right to the heart of our sovereignty as a nation, to our national security, in a way that is almost unimaginable. I cannot imagine any other president ever even thinking about this.
Could you imagine a president, say, appealing to Chinese donors in the 1996 election and declassifying a bunch of nuclear secrets at the same time? Because you were married to that one. Could you imagine a presidential candidate maybe coordinating with the Ukrainian embassy to dig up dirt on the opponent's campaign? Could you maybe imagine like a presidential candidate coordinating with foreign resources, including a former British spy who is apparently being fed intel from Russian governmental sources about their political opponents, and then, funneling that to your old administration and your buddies in the DOJ and the FBI? Could you imagine anything like that? I seem to be able to imagine something like that because it happened. The gaslighting of this is what makes it so difficult. As I said yesterday, as I talked about yesterday, when it comes to impeachment, one of the standards for impeachment is that it has to be clearly above and beyond other things that were not impeached before. And the fact that Democrats seem to want to set a new standard that only applies to people who are not Democrats is pretty astonishing. By the way, when it comes to impeachment, just to point out some of the media coverage, Brian Stelter over at CNN, he has a reliable sources newsletter, and he points out the country's leading news outlets are laying the groundwork for long-term coverage of the impeachment inquiry and all the potential fallout. It is amazing how the media have resonated to any anti-Trump narrative they can find, whether you are talking about Dean Baquet of the New York Times openly acknowledging that the Trump-Russia thing was the focus of their last couple of years, and then stating that they were going to move into covering Trump racism, and now they're just moving straight on to impeachment. Now you have Brian Stelter pointing out that all of these newspapers and all these organizations are hiring up and staffing up on the impeachment stuff. So basically, as soon as the Democrats throw out a narrative, it is time to staff up on the reporting side to do all of their oppo research for them. One of the convenient things about being a Democratic opposition researcher is you never actually have to work. You can just read the front page of the New York Times, which will dig up whether Mitt Romney cut a gay kid's hair back in 1952. It's really, really exciting stuff. Did you know that every like on this video creates one additional leftist tier? Don't ask me why. That's called science. To take advantage of this amazing opportunity, hit the like button.